Do you see any wine regions that you think that have a lot bigger potential than they have right now, than the market that they have right now?
I know there is actually quite a sort of a love of Greek wine now, but I still think a lot of Greek wines are still undervalued. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of the wines I love have really good acidity. So Assyrtiko from Santorini, for instance, I mean, what an amazing wine that can be. Xinomavro from Nausa. There's some incredible wines there. But then you can look around all over the place. I mean, every time I try wines from table wines from the Douro.
Okay.
I mean, again, you can get some lovely precise acidity, but also such lovely richness there. Whenever I revisit Beaujolais, I find myself thinking, why do I not drink more of these? There can be some fabulous wines there.
Of course.
I'm a big lover of the wines of southern France, things like Minervois. And there's some really exciting people working there at the moment. I mean, people like Anne Grove, for instance. I mean, she's making some fabulous wines there.
I kind of agree with you on these predictions, and I also think that the wine industry is getting more and more diverse, and more interesting regions get more attention. Not too fast, but on the Greece side, I'm actually working on a piece right now about Greek wines. It's such an interesting, the whole story being one of the earliest adopters of the wine culture. And in the recent history, the Greek wines were kind of lost, and nobody really talked about them. And now they are picking up slowly traction, and it's so interesting. And so many grape varieties.
Grape varieties. I mean, I didn't mention, for instance, Mostrofilero. I mean, lovely, easy drink there.
Yeah, they have hundreds of grape varieties. What do you think? Is it maybe a small disadvantage for a country to have so many indigenous special grape varieties in the global market, to find their niche and maybe get recognized? Is the attention too dispersed?
I think it enables them to focus on an individual thing. To be honest, I think maybe the large, well-recognized grape varieties work better for bigger brands, international distribution and the like. I think, for instance, within France, there is this sort of split between the big shippers of Bordeaux and Burgundy, and then the wine distribution in the south, for instance, it just seems to be much more related to the locale and the food, and there's a much more holistic way of looking at the whole thing. One is a beverage, and the other is part of culture, and maybe it's that sort of longer history in those areas.
Yeah, and it's like a different business model. Even when these wineries are so integrated in the community, it's a bit more about tourism as well.
I suppose historically also, I mean, places like Burgundy traditionally would have traded with Paris, and then out through the Low Countries into Northern Europe, whereas Bordeaux would have probably have traded with the UK, and then Northern France and Belgium and Holland and that sort of thing. Whereas the south of France, their trade routes are less easy, to be honest, to those large centres. So yes, I mean, I think it's become it's remained much more as sort of part of the culture and part of the whole lifestyle.
Yeah. Thanks for watching this video. You can watch the full podcast episode by clicking here, or watch another interesting video by clicking here. Let's continue the discussion in the comment section, and see you in the next one.